Okay, so now I'm going to do 6F. Okay, so 6F is all about problem solving. So what's important to know about this is that if you are finding a length or amount of people, it needs to be positive. Like, you cannot have a negative distance, so it has to be positive. And like, if it's about how many people, like, round to the nearest whole number, because you can't have like half a person. Another thing that is important about this is sometimes your answer needs to be in sentences. So like, if it is a word problem, put your answer into words. So like, it really could just be like, the width of the rectangle is 5.2 centimeters. I don't know why I said degrees, but like, just easy stuff like that. Simple sentences. So the first one I'm gonna do is, you're trying to find width. Find width. So like, it's important to know, just like, you need to know also just area equals length times width. I know I'll come back to that if there's another formula you need to know. Yeah. Another thing is perimeter. Perimeter is just you're adding on the sides. Oh, sorry. So like, for this one, you have a rectangle. Sorry if that's ugly. It says that it has a length that is 3 centimeters longer than its width. So your length is 3 centimeters longer than its width. You're trying to find this. You're trying to find x, the width. So if the length is 3, I'll do it cursive so it doesn't get confusing with a 1. Length and width. Width equals x. So if your length is 3 centimeters longer, you would just do x plus 3. Simple as that. So in area, the area of a rectangle is length times width. So to get oh, sorry, I forgot to tell you, it tells you that the area is 42 centimeters squared. So you would just plug it into the equation, do 42 equals length times width. It's like, you're just going to solve it normally to solve for x. X times, I mean, like, I'm looking at this more of like, let me not do that so it won't look like a fraction. You can also look at it as this, so it's easier to distribute. So you have 42 equals x squared plus 3x. You can just subtract 42 to get x squared plus 3x minus plus 3x minus 42 equals 0. I can't think of anything off the top of my head that would fall into this, so we're going to use the quadratic formula. I'm running out of room. So x equals negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4 times ac all over 2a. Now, you get to use a calculator on this, but like, I have the answer in front of me, so like, that's why I'm not using a calculator, because I obviously can see what the answer is. But you have negative 3 plus or minus the square root of 9 plus 4 times 42, which is 177, all over 2. Okay. So basically, you would put this into the calculator, and this would provide you with two options: negative 3 plus the square root of 177 over 2, and negative 3 minus root of 177 over 2. I'm just going to let you know that this gives you a negative answer, and you can kind of look at it like a negative, because you do keep, change, change. This will give you a negative answer, so you're just going to say, nope. So you would solve this one right here, and you get 5.15 centimeters. So there's your answer. And so you would put this in sentence form. I'm not going to write a sentence just because of time with recording. We would just say the width of the rectangle is 5.15 centimeters. Okay, let me get my lovely eraser out. It's like these problems are super simple. Okay, so the only other problem with this would be if it gave you a triangle and it says, is it possible to bend a 12 centimeter length wire to form the legs of a right angle triangle with an area, a triangle with an area of 20 centimeters equals 20 centimeters squared. Okay, so you're trying to find, okay, and so you have a 12 centimeter wire, and so, and you're just trying to find this, and this, okay, just the legs, not the hypotenuse. And so basically, if you use a certain amount of the 12 centimeters of the wire for this, you only have this amount, you only have whatever is left from this for this bottom side. So you can represent that as 12 minus x, because you had 12 centimeters total, and use x amount of centimeters for this side. And so for this, it's important to know that the area of a triangle equals 1/2 base times height. So you have base and height. Okay, so if it tells you the area is 20, you can do 20 equals 1/2. I'm going to put height in first. Base times height. Okay, so I personally do not want to deal with this fraction. I don't care to deal with it. So you can multiply by 2 on both sides and get 40 equals x times 12 minus x. So you have 40 equals 12x minus x squared. And again, you have another equation to make, quadratic, that's what the word, I believe. So again, you want to keep this, you want to keep your a positive, okay, keep that a positive. So again, you'll just subtract these over, or add this x squared and subtract this in order to keep that positive, plus 40 equals 0. Again, this is one you'll have to use a quadratic formula before, because there's no factors of 40 that add to give you negative 12. So you have x equals a little big. X equals negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac. 4 times 40 is 160. Okay, all over 2a. So I'm not entirely sure what that number is. I believe it's 16. So that would turn into 12 plus or minus the square root of negative 16 all over 2. Again, you can't have this because it's imaginary. So you know that no, it's not possible. Because it was asking you if 12 centimeters was enough wire to wrap around the triangle from here to here. And so you know that is not enough, because it is not a possible solution.